Alexa Rivera said a New York nursing home waited until her mother, who had tested positive for COVID-19, was gasping for breath with a collapsed lung before transferring her to a hospital next door.
By the 23rd, we were having trouble reaching my mom. We were having difficulties getting answers from the nursing home.
While the nursing home residents were downplaying her mother's symptoms, Alexa and her older sister Vivian were calling to check in several times a day, anxious for answers as to what was wrong with their mother.
And I called the director. I said, listen, I want to know what's going on with my mom. We can't talk to her. We know she's not well. What's going on? And so he says, oh, well, did your mother ever smoke? I said, no. He goes, well, she's having some respiratory issue. I said, well, he goes, and I said, but you were going to send her home. He goes, oh, well, we can send her home with an oxygen tank. I said, no, you're not. My mother didn't come there with an oxygen tank. You're not going to send her home worse off than what she came.
As the sisters were having difficulty obtaining information about their mother's condition, the facility had completely locked its doors to the public.
Once the doors were shut, and I'm thinking, this facility has experience taking care of seniors. They should, she's in the best hands. That's what we thought. But I always had this bad feeling that of the stories of others that it could happen to my mom.
Their mother quickly developed abdominal pains and was too hoarse to speak. At the sisters' insistence, their mother was brought to the hospital, where she died within 2 days. The girls say their mother, Ana Celia Martinez, did not speak English as a first language, which they allege aided in the home failing to provide her with proper medical care until it was too late.
I visualized the distress that my mother was going through, as well as other people. And I just feel that no one should die like that. No one should die gasping for air without their family, without knowing if someone's going to help them.
I remember when I heard the doctor say your mother passed away, I collapsed on the floor and called my sister, and we both were screaming on the phone.
At first, Alexa and Vivian thought they were alone in their pain.
Initially, we felt alone. Even though we have each other, we felt alone. And we were trying to figure out, if this happened to my mom, why did it happen only to her?
Thinking it would be only limited to their mother's facility, the sisters launched a Facebook page called Voices for Seniors, a group that now has members nationwide and families with stories chillingly similar.
How to respond next was not something that I foresaw. Fighting for seniors, I was fighting for my mom. But now that I am indignantly enraged, now I'm enraged. So, and I see, and I've heard so many heartbreaking stories. We're learning leaps and bounds every single day. How to have Zoom conferences, how to prepare for a press conference. I'm an accidental activist. I didn't plan to be here. Had you told me last year this is where I would be today, I would have never believed you.
Back in the chaotic days of late March, as families were grieving, aides to Governor Cuomo discreetly inserted a provision on page 347 of New York's budget bill. It provided unique legal protection and would shield nursing homes from many lawsuits over their failure to protect residents from deaths caused by COVID-19. As Vivian and Alexa were convinced their mother died of neglect, they discovered the new provision back in March and could not believe their ears.
We didn't find out about the mandate until weeks later. We didn't hear anything about that. And it's actually when we actually reached out to an attorney to help us find out if there's malicious intentions, neglect, abuse in her death. That's when they told us, listen, there's a mandate and they have immunity. And I'm like, what? So that's what triggered me to start researching what was going on. And it felt like a punch in the gut. That your mother died in someone's care after they reassured you she'd be safe and fine. And then now everyone has protection. They not only not take care of my mother, but then they lied to me every single time I called them and did not tell me that she was sick. They did not tell me she was exposed, despite the fact that her chart has a document in it saying she was exposed. So they knew it.
The provision was fought for and celebrated by industry lobbyists like the Greater New York Hospital Association, which has close ties to Governor Cuomo and, according to the campaign finance records, has given hundreds of thousands of dollars to Democratic campaign committees up in Albany.
I don't know how the people who work in the nursing homes or Governor Cuomo sleep at night. Really, I don't. Because I don't sleep at night. You know, my sister and I really have a lot of difficulty.
When we come back, New York's nursing home death toll is clouded in mystery, and how Governor Cuomo predicted his own